Alright, what's up, y'all? We're back, and of course, it's a new day, but not much has changed as far as how I feel about things. I largely stand on everything that I said yesterday, and we'll go more into that in a bit. We're actually doing a little bit more of what, in all honesty, my content was intended to be. Of course, a lot of things have changed since these ideas were pretty much manifesting in my mind and everything. But at the same time, my content, of course, is based around, my reaction to things that happen in sports so much. Originally, what it was I was going to do live reactions to ESPN's First Take. And this is, of course, especially with Skip Bayless still in the fold. We got an episode here. We just had Shannon Sharp join the crew. Him and Stephen A. Smith are going to go into things. Right now, I'm at the point where they're finishing talking about the Cowboys-Cardinals game. Of course, they're going to lead with that. Why not? It's Stephen A. He's going to lead talking about the Cowboys. It's just what it is. But anyway, I want to go into this because, like I said, this is what I wanted to do. I apologize for sound quality, and of course, as I get more established, this won't be something that I do a whole lot of in the future for copyright reasons and such. But nonetheless, we're just going to go through this real quick, and we'll go from there.
Give them pick sixes. Make the Cowboy offense function for the entirety of the drive. Because if you put them on the 10-yard line, you put them on the 20-yard line, they only have to go so far. But they've done a terrible job in the red zone of scoring touchdowns. They're kicking field goals. Field goal gets you beat long term. And we saw that
kind
yesterday.
of a similar issue with the Broncos to some degree, but not quite as bad. We'll get into that.
Oh, Daniel Jones was turning the ball over left and right. We're going to talk about Zach Wilson. Really? So, Cowboys, y'all was ready to have a parade. Y'all was ready to build statues.
They still are.
Because they beat Daniel Jones and Zach Wilson.
They still are. Again, you haven't mastered the nauseating tendencies of the Cowboy fan base. They still believe that they're going to be... Even though they're complaining about Dak. Even though they're complaining that this guy's got to go. Even though they're complaining that Mike McCarthy has 13 penalties. I'm telling you right now, that's just the equivalent of them going to the bathroom and passing gas. They come out of there, they think it's perfume. And they're going to sit up there and say, we're going to be all right, we're going to be all right. We ain't losing no games. But they are. Because at the end of the day, you've got to come back.
He was dealing with Skip Bayless the
Prescott.
last 6 years or whatever
this
it was.
defense, let me tell you something right now. This defense knows how real they are. They know yesterday was an aberration.
That's a fact. They are a nice enough defense.
Be ready as the season progresses.
But we're going to move along here because, this isn't what we're here for. But, like I said, I got some, I'm a little surprised that's where I was at. But we definitely got some things to talk about with this game from yesterday with Dallas and Arizona. But anyway, this should be it here.
City that I prefer, even over your beloved Los Angeles. Racking up more than 700 yards, the Miami offense scored 70 points in a blowout win over the Broncos on Sunday. The most points scored by any NFL team in 57 years. Broncos are now 0-3. Sean Payton, how are you feeling after an embarrassing loss?
Obviously, that was embarrassing and tough to watch. I mean, I'm at a loss for words because I've been on the other side of some games like that, and then every once in a while in this league, you get your butt whipped, but this was more than that.
I know that you said it's embarrassing, but this is kind of an historic game.
I'm aware.
Third time the team has scored 70 points over 7.
What's the question? What's the question?
How do you feel about it?
I just finished telling you.
Historically embarrassing.
Next question.
That was just being dumb.
Hey, Shannon, does this
There
blowout
are
say
some real
more about
dumb
Miami or
reporters out there.
Denver?
I'm sorry to say, but that's
We
just
know Miami was
reality.
really good. The questions coming into this season, if Tua can stay healthy, how good could they be? You look at the receiving position, they did this without Jalen Waddle. A-Chain,
no Jalen Waddle, by the way.
He's a monster. Mostert can run the
A reason
football.
why I
So
wanted
we-
him with
we know
Denver,
what
but
Tyreek
anyway.
Hill is. We know what Tyreek Hill is. The Broncos' last 3 head coaches on the road has given up a combined 155 points and have been outscored by 108-point differential.
Okay.
Yes.
Vic Fangio lost 34-13 his last road game. Nathaniel Hackett lost 51-14 his last road game. And Sean Payton just lost 70-20. 122 points allowed in an 0-3 start. I'd have kicked the field goal. First of all, if I make McDaniel, I'd have kicked that field goal to tie the record. Because see, I do your. See, here's the thing, though, Stephen.
See, people are
see,
going
when
to
I
feel
beat you
differently
bad
about
like this,
that. I
do
get
you a
where
favor.
Shannon's
I
coming
let you know
on
from
that
top to bottom, you're not good enough. Whoever picked this talent, you're not good enough. The coaches, you're not good enough. The talent on the field is not good enough. That's what that told me yesterday. The first time in NFL history, you got 300 yards passing, 350 yards passing, 350-yard rushing. A guy goes over 200 yards on 18 carries, 70 points with 8 minutes to go. Now, hold on. Sean Payton came in here with his chest all out. That was the worst coaching exhibition I had ever seen.
About Nathaniel Hackett last season.
Yes. And you just got 70 dropped on your dome. A 50-piece and 20 extra flats at no charge. A 70 spot.
No charge.
This is unacceptable. What is so embarrassing to me is that all the hype that came around, all this money you making, the Peter Walton family has spent an enormous amount of money. It's not good enough. And stop telling me it's not Russell's fault. I'm not saying that it is Russell's fault, but Russell is allowed to score more than 20 points. Just because the other team scores 70, that doesn't mean that you can't. The Broncos right now, the talent is not good enough. The coaching is not good enough.
I disagree
the scouting
with a lot
department
of that.
is not good enough. The only thing good enough is the owners, because they've invested a ton of money to build this roster.
He's not wrong
get the
there.
best coaches, and that yesterday was unacceptable.
I wanted you to get that off your chest because as a two-time champion with the Denver Broncos, as champion with the Denver Broncos, you deserve it. And I understand that. I'm going to get to Miami in just a second. What I want to say is this, though. Sean Payton coached in the National Football League for 15 years with the New Orleans Saints.
Yes.
He won a Super Bowl championship, and he was, he made to the playoffs an abundance of time with Drew Brees as his quarterback. He never experienced anything like this. So, again, as awful as it is, 15 years coaching in the National Football League where it's never happened. I mean, damn, we didn't see this coming, okay?
70 points has only happened 4 times.
I agree.
In 100-plus
I'm not
years,
I'm not trying to absolve him. I'm just saying 15 years, it was a bad day. I'm sorry, and this hurts me because I'm about the brothers being coaches. Vance Joseph, defensive coordinator. I mean, damn, this should be a very, very hard day for you. I mean, the fellas on the defensive side of the ball, you are a national embarrassment.
I'm telling you right now, if he's not fired by the end of the day,
the ease with which
they
Miami
bullshit. The Broncos are
scored.
fucking bullshit.
Did you see the
straight
shuffle
up
passes? Did you
The
see
man doing no-look Magic Johnson.
No-look
No
Magic
look
Johnson
Magic
passes.
Johnson
twice.
style
Not one,
passes.
twice. He did it twice, right?
Just to get him in the
I didn't realize he did it twice.
Not
Wow.
only that, but
Damn.
on top of it all, you saw running backs running with the football. I mean, the lanes were wider than Broadway on a Sunday morning.
At least
Broadway on a Sunday morning.
pinch him if he go by. You ain't got to tackle him, pinch him.
They
Make him say, ow.
did nothing. Having said all of that, all of that's true. Didn't I tell you about Miami?
And the fucked up part about this, I'm seeing at least a couple of legit studs in this that are just being made to look bad.
They dropped the 70 without Waddle.
Without Waddle.
And this was without Waddle again.
Without Dan Waddle.
They didn't.
I mean, he wasn't there.
None of that.
He wasn't even there. He wasn't even
wasn't
there.
doing- they wasn't doing none of that.
I believe what I saw.
Yeah,
But
a
I gotta
little
tell you
conga
something.
line type
With
dance,
that being
but
said,
no Waddle.
I'm looking at Miami right now. I told y'all Tyreek Hill's the scariest player in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, we've known that for
He's
years. We've
unguardable.
known that for
Yes,
years.
He's undefendable. I mean, this brother is something special. Two with the deep ball, we get all of that. But I'm looking at these other cats running with the football. I mean, monster than these boys.
Can run.
They can run
They
the
got
football.
track speed.
They
They're football players.
they have a running game.
Yes.
They clearly have a passing game.
Yes.
You have to score 30
Yeah.
most times. Most nights, you got to score 30
numbers.
in
All
order
right,
to
I'm
beat.
gonna leave it right there with that. Especially since we're at 9 minutes and I gotta get going here. But anyway, I'm looking at this. Tua, 23 for 26, 89% passing, 309 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 233 scrimmage yards with 4 touchdowns, 2 were rushing, 2 were receiving for Devon A-Chain. Again, I'm not gonna. Well, I probably am going to say it again and again, but I wanted him to be a Bronco for a reason. Need I say more there? Raheem Mostert, 142 scrimmage yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 running, 1 receiving. And then, of course, Tyreek Hill, I mean, this wasn't even actual Tyreek Hill standards. 9 catches, 157 yards, and 1 touchdown. That seems pedestrian compared to what we normally would get out of him. And especially historically against the Broncos, let me not even get started on that shit. But either way, I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You heard Stephen A. And I already just said it. I said it yesterday. Vance has got to be gone. I'm going to go a little bit further and just go ahead and say we may need to look at getting rid of George Payton at some point. I don't know about today, this week, or anything like that, but George Payton is certainly the weakest link, and it's about time to say bye-bye. I mean, it just... I don't know any other way to look at it at this point. I mean, of course, I'm a little bit cooler about it now. I mean, seeing this does make me a little more tilted, but even more so, it's just, especially with A-Chain, I can't help but think about what could have been. But here's what's even more alarming than any of that. By quarter, first quarter, 14-17 Miami. Second quarter, 21-6 Miami. Third quarter, 14-0 Miami. Third quarter was 14-0 Miami, and then fourth quarter was 21-7 Miami. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it other than that. Just, I said it yesterday, this was worse than Super Bowl 48. I mean, that was a 35-point loss. This was 50. 50. I don't know what else to say beyond what I've said before, other than you know what it is. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think down below. And, of course, I wanted to get this out a lot earlier. I mean, it's not just the Broncos that need to be better. I need to be better about a lot of shit. And just let that be one little pledge that I want to get off before the end of this. And, you know, just on a multitude of levels, I'm just done with the bullshit. That's all I can say. Anyways, thanks for being here. You know what it is. I'll get at y'all.